Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be giving my opinion on something I've been saying around threads, comic sections, forums, and on social media. So, to basically get to the point without beating around the bush too much, people have been saying that Khabib Nurmagomedov is the best lightweight fighter of all time. And that's UFC slash MMA as a whole. All eras is a collective of all time. Khabib Nurmagomedov is the best lightweight fighter of all time. And to answer this is blunt, it's simple, and it's straight to the point as I can answer it. My answer to this is no. Khabib Nurmagomedov is not the best lightweight fighter of all time as it stands right now, currently. He is not the best lightweight fighter of all time. Yes, he might be able to beat all the lightweight champions of the past and current lightweight champions, but as it stands right now, Khabib Nurmagomedov is not the best lightweight fighter of all time. He still has a lot to prove, and he may very well and is on the right track to becoming the best lightweight fighter of all time, but he still has a lot yet to prove. Yes, he's undefeated, 25-0. But now let's break down his record and his resume as a whole as it stands right now. He has 25 wins, but he has never beaten a current champion or a former champion. He beat Rafael dos Anjos before Rafael dos Anjos was champion, before Rafael dos Anjos was a serious threat. A solid win nonetheless. But Rafael dos Anjos at the time was not a champion. He was in a past champion. He was in a legend. He was in a Hall of Famer. Rafael dos Anjos basically had pretty much nothing that would solidify him as a super solid career-defining win at the moment. It was one of those wins that later on became a big win, but at the time, people really didn't even care about him beating Rafael dos Anjos. And outside of that, he beat Michael Johnson, who was pretty much tailor-made for him. Doesn't have the best grappling defense. When he fight like a strong top grappler, he fades very quickly. For Edson Barboza, who's a very talented, explosive striker, best striker probably in lightweight history, but often kind of just fades people who pressure him, and Khabib was able to pressure him, and Khabib was a bigger fighter and stay in his face and pretty much keep him on his back foot, take him down and beat him. So Edson Barboza, a solid win, but it wasn't nothing like crazy. It was like you expect him to beat Barboza. And it's like Tony Ferguson also beat Barboza even in a more impressive fashion, like before Khabib even got to him. So it's nothing like crazy about that win over Barboza. Barboza has never challenged for the title, has never held the title, and not in like any of the major leagues nor the UFC. So it's like Barboza definitely a good win, but you look back in history, that win would quickly probably lose value. And as far for Edson Barboza, who's one of the best strikers in lightweight history, and you can also argue that Edson Barboza is the best striker in lightweight history. But he has flaws, and they are known. They are not hidden. They are no secret. He gives up the back foot very easily, and he doesn't deal when fighters pressure him. And that's just what Khabib does. So Khabib pressures you, he takes you down, he beats on you. And that's just what Khabib does. That's his style. And so it was no secret that Khabib would beat him. It wasn't like no gimme fight, but it definitely was on a fight that favored Khabib as far as style matchups go. So Edson Barboza is really Khabib's only solid top 5 win. You could say he beat Dos Anjos, but Dos Anjos wasn't a top 5 fighter at the time. He beat Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson is too inconsistent, so he never really truly been no top fighter. He's a fighter that's here and gone. He gets some solid wins. He loses, and he loses badly. So it's not like Michael Johnson is no truly great win to have. It's just a win that you could say a known name. So it's not like a win that really pushes Khabib's career anyway. It was just a win to get back to fighters within the top 10, top 5 and stuff, and take him on the direction he wanted to go. Now to get back to the subject matter of this video, for Khabib to truly be the greatest, or even in talks of being the greatest lightweight fighter in UFC history, MMA history, he has to win the title and get some defenses. This is not no team sport where you could be like the best point guard of all time, best running back, best field goal kicker of all time without ever breathing on a title or even challenging for the championship in a single individual 1v1 sport. To be considered the greatest lightweight, like when you're saying the greatest lightweight fighter of all time, that requires a title and some defenses. He might be able to say I'm the best sambo player in MMA history, or the best sambo player in lightweight history, or maybe the best wrestler style grappling fighter in history, like maybe Damian Maia might be able to say for the welterweight division. But you can't say you're the greatest lightweight fighter of all time if you never won the title nor defended that belt. So for Khabib to do that, he has to fight Tony Ferguson like he's about to do. And if he actually makes it to the fight, challenges Tony Ferguson, beats Tony Ferguson, and wins the belt, and then get a couple defenses under his belt, maybe at least two, then he'll be in talks for being the greatest lightweight fighter of all time. But as it stands right now, if he retired right now, he would have a nice, pretty record, 25-0. They would look back and say he didn't really beat that many solid people in his career. He might be some solid veterans. He beat some people that were top 5 or around the top 10 at one point, but only like 2 or 3 fighters out of his 25 wins. And you were like, this record is not really as impressive as it was when we were watching him. It was like you would quickly look back, you'd be quickly bored of his career, and it was like there'd be somebody else greater than him pretty much the next day. So Khabib still has a lot of time, and I don't think he's anywhere as far as retiring. Even though somebody's saying he's going to retire after only has like 1 more year or 2 more years, I think he's going to stay around for a good couple, 3, 4 more years, and he'll definitely have plenty of opportunities to solidify himself or become in talks or pretty much work his way to being the greatest lightweight fighter of all time. And I think he can do it. It shouldn't be too much issue, but it's not. The sport was easy, and you could just be walking and become the greatest. Then everybody would do it. So it's going to be challenging, but I think he can do it. I like him as a fighter, and I wish him all the luck in his journey to becoming the greatest lightweight fighter of all time, especially if that's what he's looking for. I never really hear him talking about being the greatest. I am talking about being the best, but I never hear him really say he's the greatest of anything just yet. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.